On approach to the bus, I'm gonna match the key with the unit number. I'm gonna check if the bus is not leaning to the left or to the right. That will show problems with the suspension or maybe a flat tire. Check under the bus for any possible leaks. Seems to be okay. Now open the hood. And I'm gonna check the engine compartment. Filter housing is secure and free of trash. This is the alternator, the AC compressor. Belt is in good condition and they are belt driven. Coolant and windshield wiper fluid is in good levels. The frame is in good condition and there is no shiny parts on the bolts, meaning that everything is secure. Shocks are secure, leaf springs and the axle is secure. U-bolts are in place. Air brake lines, brake chamber, push rod and slack adjusters seems to be secure, and the shoes and drums are in place and working properly. I can see there is no loose connection from the electric system. Gonna check the other side. Oh, by the way, I must check that the tire is in good repair. No less than 430 seconds of tread depth. The wall is in good conditions, no abrasions, no bulges or cuts. The rim is in good conditions, no rust, no wells or cracks. Valve stem is secure, not leaking, has the cap and is not touching the rim. Lug nuts are secure. And the grease cap is secure and not leaking excessively. Mouth flap is in place, secure, no damage. On the left side, check all the wiring is in good condition. This is to check the level of the transmission, power steering, and the hoses are in good condition. They don't seem to be frayed or cracking. The air compressor is belt driven and the belt seems to be in good condition. Air governor is in place. The steering column, steering bags, Pitman arm and push rod all seems to be secure. The brake chamber, push rod, slack adjuster is in place, secure. Over here I have the brake shoes and the drums are in place. And the airlines all seems to be in good condition. Side wall of the bus, the tire seems to be in good condition. Tread depth is no less than 430 seconds. No minimum abrasions, no bulges or cuts. The rim have no rust, no weldings and no cracks. Lug nuts are at least and tight. The grease cap is secure, very minimal leak. There is no contact with the rim from the valve stem. Have the cap in place. Mouth flap is secure. Everything is good. Close the engine compartment. Entrance door seems to be in good condition. Opens. You can see the glass, the seals, the moldings are secure. Steps are free of any obstructions. It is not rips or anything loose. Handrails are secure. Watch your step is clearly legible. Stop signs, handheld secure, and the lettering is legible. Triangle reflectors must have 3. Have to rotate them daily. Work properly. If I break down on a divided highway, I will set them at 10, 100, and 200 feet to the rear of the bus. On an undivided highway, will be 100 feet to the front, 10 and 100 feet to the rear. in a curve or heel, no less than 100 feet and no more than 500 feet in the direction of the curve or heel. So I'm gonna check my first aid kit. Secure. The seal is in place. It's accessible. Was able to remove it. Seal prevents moisture and dust from contaminating the units. Over here I have the insurance that expires on April 1st, 26, about a month. This is my accident documents in case I get involved in an accident. Registration expires on August 8, 2025 to August 8, 2026. So it's good. Gonna check the last VIN numbers. Compared with the 292, 44611 is good. And the driver license should be somewhere in here. 6749, and it matches with the 6749 over there too, and also with the data plate. This bus was inspected by CHP on July 17, 25. It's good for 13 months. So it must be inspected on or before August 17, 2026. Has a capacity of 72 passengers, no wheelchairs. Of course, this is a conventional type bus, okay? The PMI documents say that it has to be checked before 83,708 miles in the odometer or by March 3rd, 2026. So I must have 24 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 24. So it's good. Fire extinguisher, secure, accessible. Tell me where I can find it. I can see the pin and the seal are in place. The handle is secure and there is no obstructions. Needle in the green indicating it's properly charged. It was inspected on July 16, 2025. It's good for 12 months. So it is good. The classification is 1A10 BC. By law, it's required no less than 8 BC, so this is good. You shake it daily, you know, so that it doesn't pancake with the content in there. Right. You can notice the right turn signal light is working. Right turn signal light is working. Fuel cap is secure. Right turn signal light is working. I checked that everything is secure. Headguard, camera, sensor, vents, interior mirror, defroster, sun visor, dark in color, my windshield, the seals, everything seems to be secure. Headguard, the driver's lights lens, and the camera on this side is secure. Gonna sit down. Chair seems to be secure. Oh yeah. This one right here is to go up and down. See? This over here is to go back and forth, working properly. This one right here is for the tilt of the backrest. And this handle over here is for the lumbar. So it's good. Seatbelt, good condition. It's starting to get a little bit damaged over here. And latches safely. and latches too. So I'm gonna keep it on, okay? I'm gonna start the engine. You can see my driver window opens, both sides, good, no damage, and seal is in good condition. Flat mirror, left and right, within an inch I can see the side of the bus and 200 feet to the rear. Convex mirrors, left and right, I can see that the rear tire touches the ground and reduces blind spots. Cross view mirrors, I can see the top of the bus, front bumper down to the ground. It helps me to cover the areas to the sides of the bus that is not covered by the cross view mirrors. So it helps me to cover my blind areas or my danger zone around the bus. So that's good. Over here I have choices for the air ventilation, heat, whether cold and hot, driver or defrost, and recycling or fresh. This one here is to operate the AC. I guess we need it. And to the front and to the back, and they're working nice. Okay. Let's turn it. Turn it off. I'm gonna leave the one over there on. Dome light is working for the driver, and dome light for the passengers is working. This boost pump is to warm up the bus faster. This is the rear heater and mid heater, high, low, and off. This one right here is to the heater for the mirrors. This is the step well and the driver's area heaters, high, low, and off. This one is mirrors adjustments, flat mirrors to the left, flat mirror to the right, convex mirror to the left, convex mirror to the right. This one right here is for the defroster, high, low, and off. This is the two-way radio, and it's secure. Mic is secure. It's to communicate with dispatch. I have over here my headlights on. This is the dimmer working properly. This one right here is for the tilt. This one right here is for the hazard lights working properly. This is for my left turn signal, right turn signal, high beams, low beams. This is for the wiper, different settings, and wiper fluid. I just push it in and it's working properly. Steering wheel have no more than 2 inches of free play. Horn is working. When I turn on the throttle control, and taking vacation, now it's working properly, so it's good. Now I'm gonna check over here. This is the engine or the water temperature. Have to go no more than 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now it's reading about 160, so it's good. Oil pressure, go from 20 to 60 is normal. Right now it's about 24, 25, so it's good. This is my tachometer multiplied by hundreds. Right now it's at 7.5, that means 750 revolutions per minute. I can notice over there I have the need to service the engine anytime soon. PMI, you know, preventive maintenance inspection. I have my park brake light over there because the parking brake is set right now. I have the speedometer, miles per hour or kilometers, depending on where you are at. Right now it's 0 because we're not moving. Over here it shows me the settings I have. If I put it in reverse, it shows it there. Neutral, drive, fourth, second, and first gear. I can put it back in neutral by using my gear selector. The odometer indicates how many miles this bus has been driven. Volts is good from 12 through 15. Right now it's at just past 14, so it's good. Fuel is close to full. If I were to have half or less, I will have to go in fuel before I proceed to complete the route. My air tanks, this is my primary or the rear brakes tank, and it's showing about 115. This is my secondary or the front brakes tank, and it's showing about 118. Over here I have other selections, see, hours, really not the stuff that is of my concern. Usually this one is used by the mechanics when they are making diagnostics. Steering brake no more than 2 inches. The Bendix is secure. Tablet, the holder is secure. Parking brake knob is secure. Push to release, pull to apply. The knob to open the door. The door is opened properly and the step light is working. And of course it's gonna close properly. No damage, right? Ignition key to turn on the engine. This is the gear selector. I already demonstrated. Over here is the selector for the mic for a PA system to talk to the students to follow direction. Over here, this is for the off-road, and the one over here is for the economy mode. These switches over here is to activate the lights necessary to load or unload passengers. Have the master and ambers, and I can see the master indicator working. I can override it, so the red lights or the crossover lights are working, along with the stop sign that is working properly and is legible. I'm gonna turn them off. This is the AM FM radio. Got to be turned off when going over train tracks. I checked that around my area I don't have any obstructions. And this is the accelerator. This is the service brake, and they're not sticking, they're working properly. So I'm gonna turn off the engine, put the key in the on position. Gonna make sure I leave my headlights on in the high. I put my hazard lights and I activate my amber lights. And then I'm gonna go and check the exterior. This is the switch to put it up when you have an emergency. And you push the door by pushing the front leaf first. Watch your step, 3-point contact. Mirror bracket secure, mirror bracket secure. Antenna is in place, secure, doesn't seem to be damaged. Clearance, ambers, high beams, and hazard lights all are working. They look secure and no damage. School bus, unit number, and license plate all legible. I don't see any fresh damages in the front of the bus, and while the engine was running, I see nothing have been leaking on the ground. Make sure everything is secure. Secure. Okay. I check alongside the bus and I see there is no fresh damage on this side. Clearance lights and hazard lights is working. Driver's window and all other windows seem to be in good repair, and the seals are not loose. Unit number, emergency exit name, district, and CA numbers all are legible. This is the electric panel. This is the battery compartment. Battery seems to be secure. No loose wiring and no excessive corrosions. This cable over here to drain the air tanks. And the door locks properly. Reflectors are in place, 2 orange and 1 red in the back. Vents are clear of any obstructions. The reflective tape around the emergency exits is clearly in good condition. The instructions are clearly legible. Window and seal is secure. Here the buzzer must be alight by the driver's compartment area. Instruction is legible, and the interior handle is also secure. The bracket holds the door open, and the seal around the door is in good repair. There is no obstructions in the event of an evacuation. And the door closes properly. Tire molding seems to be secure, along with the mudguard. I can see the drive shaft and the drive shaft guards are secure, no damage. The frame and the brackets, U-bolts, spring leaves, shocks, the bellows or airbags, all secure and no damage. This one had the spring brakes and regular brake chambers. They are in place. They have the push rod, slack adjusters, air lines, and also the brake shoes and the drums, and all is supposed to be good. I don't see anything unusual around this area. No less than 230 seconds of tread depth, no obstructions in between the tires. Lug nuts are secure, along with the hub nuts. Bar stand for the exterior and the interior tire are present. I see no obstructions of anything stuck in between. So this is good. The reflector is right there. Rear of the bus. Clearance, ambers, hazards, tail lights, and license plate light all seems to be working properly. I don't see any missing hardware. I can see the brows are secure along with the bumper, and the tailpipe doesn't extend beyond the bumper. Driver license stickers are up to date, and all the lettering is clearly legible. Windows and seals seems to be in good condition. Emergency exit door have the proper instructions. I can hear the buzzer, and there is a red light over there in the front. Windows and seals seems to be secure. Instructions secure, legible. Handle is secure. The seal around the door is in good repair. No obstructions in the exit area. I hear a buzzer, must be a light over there, right? At the reflectors, bumper, secure. On this right side, basically we're gonna check the same as on the other side. Damage on the side of the bus, windows and seals seems to be in good conditions. Clearance lights and the hazard light indicator is working. All the lettering is clearly legible. Tire guard and mud flap is secure. Rear tires no less than 230 seconds of tread depth. There is no obstructions in between. They're not rubbing among each other. There is no severe damage around the side of the tire. No bulges, no cuts. The rims have no rare weldings, rust, or cracks. Lug nuts are secure. Hub nuts are secure. And bar stand for the exterior and the interior tire are present with caps, and they don't touch the rim. I can see the frame, the extensions, bolts, no shiny parts. I can see over there is the drive shaft and the drive shaft guards in place, the spring leaves, U-bolts. Over here I have the air bellows or airbags, shocks, the spring brake chamber along with the service brake chambers. There is the push rod, slack adjuster, brake shoes, and brake drums all in place, secure, no damage. Over here, these are our luggage compartment. Nothing unusual in there except for a traveling device. A broom. Another little storage compartment. Row bracket is in place. Right, gonna get in the bus and switch some lights. Gonna turn off the hazards, put on low beams, put on my red, left turn signal light. Okay. And then if I were having an assistant, I will tell the assistant to, with the engine running, put on the seatbelt, and when I do like this signal, apply the brakes. When I do this signal, to put it in reverse, and when I put it like I do this signal, to put it back in neutral, and then they can get off the seat. and do not release the parking brake. So we'll continue. The crossing arm is extended. I can see the crossover lights, left turn signal and low beams are working. I can see the left turn signal is working. I can see the stop signs extended, legible. The lights are working in both sides and they are secure. In the back I can see the left turn signal working. If I were having my assistant over there, at that moment I will indicate for the brake lights, or so they can apply the service brake and they will illuminate. If I will do like this, they will have to put the bus in reverse and I could see the reverse lights working. Once I see they are working, I will tell them to just put it in neutral and then they can get off the seat. Alright, we are back in the bus. Close the door, turn off the rails, turn off the signal light, turn off the headlights. Well, turn off everything, right? Now I'm gonna check the passenger compartment. I'm gonna check that I have no missing screws, that all the lenses are secure along with the cameras. Gonna check all the windows latches and the windows to be in good condition. I'm gonna open and close at least one window on each side to ensure that they open and close properly. I'm gonna open and close the emergency exits. I'm going to ensure that the head guards are secure. And we can see hear the buzzer and see the light. In the way back, I'm gonna check the top, bottoms, and frames of the seats. I'm gonna ensure that at least the seat belts are working properly and there is no obstructions on the floor. So here I go. I see all this is secure, left and right. I check the emergency exit. I'm gonna put it in the open position to exit. I can hear the buzzer and I can see the red light. Then I'm gonna close it. Turn it back to the latch. I continue. The jumper seat works properly. Headguard is secure. Can open the door and I can see the red light is working properly. Continue checking. Secure. Emergency exit is clearly marked. The instructions are clearly legible over here too. I can hear the buzzer, see the light. Continue checking. All the lenses seems to be secure. The child checkmate, I will deactivate it every time I ensure that all the kids have been off the bus. So I check that nobody's sleeping or left anything on the bus. Rear emergency exit. Can hear the buzzer. Instructions clearly legible. The light is over there. Headguard is secure. Now I'm gonna check tops and bottoms of the seat, making sure that they are secure. I'm gonna check that the seat belts are working properly on both sides, left and right. Obviously, I will be more than one every day because at the end of the week I have to ensure everything has been inspected, right? And continue making sure that there is no graffiti, improper taping or cuts on the back of the seats, that they are secured to the floor, and that there is no items or anything left on the bus that can cause a hazard to my passengers. This bus have to accommodate children, so over here I have to extend it, secure it here. This is just like a regular car seat, okay? Put it there. The child will be sitting in there, of course. This one has to be breastplates right about under the armpits in the same level, okay? Don't put it too far up because you're gonna choke them, and too low pues it's not safe. If they are too loose, you just pull it here and readjust it, see? And then just put it away. Not with the child inside. All right, basically this bus, it shows that can carry passengers safely. What I'm missing right now is to complete my brake inspection. So I get back on my seat, put on my seat belt, check my needles. I need to raise the pressure to have full tanks. I'm gonna use throttle control. Lazy today. Maybe know something about me. There you go. I can see the needles are rising, so you notice the primary, because it's lower, is the only one that seems to be moving. Since the one with the lowest pressure, then all the pressure is going over there. Once they catch up, then they both are gonna move together. The tanks are full. My first step is gonna do my low air governor carrying. Air governor must carrying at no less than 85 psi. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place my foot, firm application of the service brake, observe the needles, they're still moving, and the primary is coming to rest about 100 psi. The secondary is like about 103 psi. I observed them for quite some time, a few seconds, to see they start moving, and actually they are. That means that the air governor carrying at 100 psi and 103 psi. So that's a good test. Now the air governor must cut out at no more than 130 psi. All I got to do is just observe to see when they stop moving. They are still rising in there, so still have to wait a little bit. I can observe the needles stop moving. I'm gonna turn off the engine, and I'm gonna set the key back in the on position. Gonna wait for everything to cycle, and then wait for the proper reading. The primary needle seems to be sitting at 118 psi, and the secondary needle also at 118 psi. This is my static test, and I must lose no more than 2 psi in 1 minute checking for leaks in the air tanks. My minute starts now. For purpose of advancement, I'm gonna assume the minute is up. I didn't notice any much of a movement on the needles. They're still at 118 and 118 in the primary and secondary. So that's a good test. Now I'm gonna do my apply service brake test. Gonna apply my service brake firmly. I'm gonna release the parking brake. I'm gonna wait for the needles and any other part of the brake system to stabilize, and then I will start the minute. I will be checking for any leaks in the air lines and the diaphragms and the valves. So apply firmly, release the parking brake, and observe the needles are not stabilized yet. The primary needle shows to be at about 95 psi. The secondary seems to be at 100. And my minute starts now. Alright, I'm going to assume the minute is up. I didn't see any loss of pressure. It is at 101 and 95 in the primary and 100 in the secondary, so the test is good. I'm going to set the parking brake first, then I'm going to release the service brake. My next test is going to be the low air warning devices. I'm going to apply and release the service brakes until I can see the light and I can hear the buzzer. My primary activated at 70 psi. Secondary is still on hold. Secondary, the light also come on at about 70 psi. That means a good test, that they must activate at no less than 60. If I keep releasing the air pressure, I can just notice when the parking brake pops out or when the spring brakes locks in. I'm at 30 psi and 32 on the secondary, 32 on both. I'm at 30. About 26. Alright, activated at about 25 psi. First and primary and secondary. So that's good. By law, they must, pop out between 20 and 40 psi. No, 20 and 45 psi. Now I'm gonna do my parking brake test. In order to do that, I must have at least 110 psi. So I'm putting my high RPMs so I can build up the air pressure a little bit faster. That noise we hear is the buzzer and the lights indicating that I have low air pressure. As you may notice, they will go away as soon as we hit 70 psi. In order to check my parking brake, I have to ensure that the door is closed, the headlights are on, and I'm wearing the seat belts since the bus is going to be in motion. You notice at about 70, we didn't hear the buzzer or see the lights anymore, so that's good. Gonna do a 5-point mirror check to my right. Overhead to check all the kids are sitting down. If I were to have passengers, that's the use of this mirror. I'm gonna check my cross view mirror to ensure nobody's crossing in front of me. I check my left mirror to ensure that it's clear on my left side. And then I check over to my right side again. I have enough air pressure. I'm going to turn this off. Gonna apply the service brake. Put the bus in first gear, release the parking brake, and I'm gonna double check my mirrors to make sure that it is safe. And of course I'm going to scan around because you never know. Let it roll and be ready to pull the parking brake. So here it goes. Parking brake is working properly because it stopped the bus. Now, before I pick up my first passengers, I will make 2 normal stops at 20 miles per hour for check brake adjustments. I'm just gonna make a little demonstration on how more or less that goes. Put it in first gear and just normal driving, apply the brakes, and you will feel whether it pulls to the sides at 20 miles per hour. This is just a demonstration, okay? Not the real thing. Parking brake, and that will, if it doesn't pull left or right, bus is in good condition. Otherwise, I will have to take it to the technician to check for what is the problem. Now I'm gonna perform my child check to deactivate the child
Please
check
conduct
system.
your child search now.
This may have to be performed more than once every day because I have to do it every time I drop off children or every time I'm going to.
Child checkmate is now
Make sure
deactivated.
no children, no objects have been left behind. Everything has to be empty, secure. This concludes my pre-trip. I hope it's of help. Thank you.